Blind belief, whether in religion, politics, or ideology, has been one of the strongest forces dividing humanity. Osho often said that the problem is not belief itself, but the blindness in it, the unquestioning acceptance without personal understanding. When a person follows a belief only because they were born into it, taught it in childhood, or pressured by society, they stop seeing reality as it is. They start seeing only through the filter of their conditioning. Jiddu Krishnamurti warned, "When you call yourself an Indian, or a Muslim, or a Christian, or a European, you are being violent." His point was clear. The very act of identifying too strongly with a group creates an us and a them. Once that division is created in the mind, it is only a matter of time before it appears in society. Today's world gives many examples: sectarian violence in the Middle East, religious riots in India, racial and ideological conflicts in America, and even the rise of extremist groups worldwide. All of them feed on blind belief and the fear of questioning it. Acharya Prashant often speaks about how blind belief works like a comfortable prison. People do not want to leave because the walls are decorated with their cultural pride, family traditions, and the feeling of belonging. But the price of this comfort is truth. The moment someone questions the belief, the group feels attacked, even if the question is honest and logical. This is why in some countries, asking certain questions about religion can lead to social ostracism or even death. We have seen news where people were lynched for alleged blasphemy, where mobs burned villages due to rumors, and where political leaders openly use religious sentiments to divide voters. These are not ancient history. They are headlines from today. The root cause is the same: people holding beliefs they never investigated for themselves, then defending them with aggression because their identity depends on it. Osho explained that real religion is not about following a scripture or a leader blindly. It is about awakening your own intelligence. He compared blind belief to wearing someone else's glasses. You may see something, but it is never clear, never truly yours. Yet many prefer these glasses because they come with a ready-made community and a sense of security. Friedrich Nietzsche once said, "Faith means not wanting to know what is true." This is not an attack on spirituality, but a warning against the comfort of ignorance. True spirituality has always encouraged questioning. The Buddha himself told his followers not to believe even his words unless they experienced the truth themselves. But blind belief removes this questioning spirit, replacing it with obedience. Krishnamurti often spoke about the danger of authority in matters of the soul. He said that when you follow a guru, priest, or scripture without questioning, you are no longer free. You are a slave to an idea, and slavery always creates conflict, because there will always be another group with a different master, a different book, or a different ritual. Look at history. The Crusades, the Inquisition, the partition of India, and countless wars were justified in the name of God. Even now we see online hate campaigns, targeted killings, and extremist recruitment based on the idea that our belief is pure, theirs is false. Blind belief is like a matchstick in a dry forest. It only takes a spark to create destruction. Acharya Prashant points out that superstition and blind faith survive because they give easy answers to life's hard questions. Why am I suffering? Because of karma from a past life, says one. Why is there a flood? Because the gods are angry, says another. These answers require no thinking, no research, no self-reflection. But in removing the effort to understand, they also remove the possibility of truth. Worse, they make people easy to manipulate. Political leaders, fake godmen, and even social media influencers use this weakness to control crowds. We see this in modern events, from cult members in the US giving away all their wealth to a leader who predicted the end of the world, to voters in different countries supporting violent laws because they are told it will protect their faith. Socrates famously said, "An unexamined life is not worth living." Blind belief is the opposite of examination. It discourages you from looking too closely because you might see cracks in the foundation. And those cracks are dangerous to those who profit from keeping you in the belief. That is why authoritarian regimes and religious extremists fear education. open debate, and free media. In 2024 alone, we saw governments censoring books, banning movies, and arresting journalists for hurting religious sentiments. These actions are not about protecting truth. They are about protecting control. Osho suggested that the antidote to blind belief is awareness. Awareness means you are fully present, seeing reality without the dust of conditioning. It does not mean rejecting all traditions, but it means looking at them with fresh eyes, keeping only what is true in your direct experience. Krishnamurti called this freedom from the known, the courage to stand alone without the crutches of ideology. It is not easy, because standing alone can feel like standing against the whole world. But as history shows, it is the ones who stood alone, Socrates, Galileo, Kabir, Nanak, Christ, who brought real change. The tragedy is that most people do not even realize they are trapped. They think they are defending truth, when in fact they are defending a borrowed opinion. Blind belief acts like a wall in the mind, blocking the light of inquiry. And when enough minds are walled off, society becomes a maze of isolated groups, each suspicious and hostile to the others. This is why blind belief naturally leads to social division. It builds invisible borders inside human consciousness. And when fear and hatred cross these borders, violence follows. The solution is not to replace one belief with another, but to awaken the mind so it no longer clings blindly to any. As Acharya Prashant says, truth is not an inheritance, it is a discovery. And discovery requires courage, patience, and the willingness to let go of comforting lies. The world today needs this courage urgently. Without it, blind belief will continue to write tomorrow's headlines in blood. With it, we might finally write a different story. One where diversity is not a threat, questions are not crimes, and faith is not blindness, but a living, conscious flame.